So this is the Amazfit Verge Lite. This is the retail box package. A lot of you guys told me to do an unboxing. Well, I will tell you guys that I've already unboxed the device because you know me, I can't keep my hands off a product. But yeah, but this is the box. This is how the Amazfit Verge Lite box looks like. I'll be holding it up here. Yeah, this is the Amazfit branding over here. This is the back, which features some key components like AMOLED color display, multi-sport tracking, notifications, GPS GLONASS, heart rate, and long-lasting battery. The battery part is good but not great. Hear me out later. But yeah, this is the box, and nothing in the bottom down there. Some regulatory information. But yeah, let's come back to the device itself. This is the box that the device comes in. So this is a white box. Inside the outer packaging you saw, this was what was in there. So I'll just take it off, and give me a second, guys. Yeah, so I'll keep that aside. This is the watch itself. We'll come back to it later because why do we want to talk about the watch initially? We'll open this flap. It's written move beautifully. Not sure if you guys can see. Yeah, move beautifully. Good tagline. And towards the bottom you will see over here written that let me just get the lighting right. There's nothing written. There's this power cord logo and the pamphlet or reading thing logo. So that basically means that there's a charger inside. This is the charger. Yes, very bad unboxings, but yeah, nonetheless we have to do it. So because you guys wanted it. This is the charger, 3-pin connector, 4-pin connector, like everybody prefers. This is much better than the Mi Band's implementation of what it calls a charger, and I hate that. And towards the other side in the box you will see that there's nothing but a pamphlet. This pamphlet is, let me focus, Nikon focus. This is the Amazfit written pamphlet. This is basically some information regarding the watch. This is the box that the device comes in. So this is a white box. Inside the outer packaging you saw, this was what was in there. So I'll just take it off, and give me a second, guys. Yeah, so I'll keep that aside. This is the watch itself. We'll come back to it later because why do we want to talk about the watch initially? We'll open this flap. It's written move beautifully. Not sure if you guys can see. Yeah, move beautifully. Good tagline. And towards the bottom you will see over here written that let me just get the lighting right. There's nothing written. There's this power cord logo and the pamphlet or reading thing logo. So that basically means that there's a charger inside. This is the charger. Yes, very bad unboxings, but yeah, nonetheless we have to do it. So because you guys wanted it. This is the charger, 3-pin connector, 4-pin connector, like everybody prefers. This is much better than the Mi Band's implementation of what it calls a charger, and I hate that. And towards the other side in the box you will see that there's nothing but a pamphlet. This pamphlet is, let me focus, Nikon focus. This is the Amazfit written pamphlet. This is basically some information regarding the watch. So this is the Amazfit Verge Lite after the unboxing, and the first thing that you will notice is the build. The build is quite good, and I really like the build. Like it looks good. The white finish looks quite premium, and the best thing is when you long press the button, you see that beautiful slow animation, and there it hits you, that beautiful display. Like I can't stress upon how good the display actually is. Like I really like the display. It's an AMOLED panel, and since it is an AMOLED panel, the colors are good and the blacks seem very nice. Compared to one major flaw that it had with the BIPS Lite was the fact that it had a translucent display, which meant always on display feature, which this does not have. But the colors were a bit wonky, if I may say so. Nothing bad, but yeah, you couldn't expect good colors. Here you will expect great colors. Like the blacks are so good, and this isn't even the stock wallpaper, but I really like this one because it has that Samsung Galaxy Tizen-esque vibe, if I may say so, because I really felt that this reminds me of the Tizen. But yeah, let's move on to the review of the Amazfit Verge Lite, which is going to be starting now. So yeah, let's start, I guess. As I already said, the display is really good and you will just fall in love with how beautiful the display looks. In this shot, you can see how good the display looks. It's very crisp, as I'll say. Like, crisp is not a good word to use in terms of reviewing tech, but yeah, it's a crispy screen. Talk about the design itself, it is a completely plastic construction, as you can see, and the flap itself is also plastic. It feels comfortable in the hand though, and the best thing about this is that after prolonged usage, you will not feel any problems in your hand, and the button too does not obstruct a lot. Here you can see the button as well. The reason I'm showing this is you can see the heart rate sensor here and the charging pin. The charging pin is very nicely placed and you just put it inside the charger and it will charge. Nothing like the Mi Band 4 which had a horrendous charger. But yeah, this is the back of the watch. Coming to the UI, this is what I really wanted to show. As I said earlier, there's this Tizen like vibe to the watch. Like, vibe is a wrong word, but yeah, it does feel like Tizen. This is the step tracking, and the thing that I wanted to portray here is that the step tracking is quite darn accurate with around 50 step difference, which isn't a lot, and I really like that. This is the top panel where you could see that there were a lot of options, and the best thing is that from here there is a quick change option to change the wallpaper as well. This is the stock wall face. The fit, as I was saying, is quite nice. Here you can see how good it feels in my hand. Like, the fit is very nice. I prefer to wear my watches a bit tighter than usual, but yeah, they did not trouble me, and I kept the watch on while sleeping, and the sleep tracking was good as well. And as you can see, there were no issues while I was asleep, and I did not face any rashes. Coming to the heart rate sensor, one peculiar thing that I mentioned is that it can track like the heart rate of the air, and this is where you can see it happening. Nothing is nearby the watch, it's just plain paper, and basically the sensor too is in the air, and you can see what happens. Yeah, 64 beats per minute. So the air has a heart rate. Here you can see the various watch faces available. Like, you can see there are a lot of watch faces available, and my favorite one is the gold one in the accessory additional watch faces, but here they are. So, in the end, coming to the main question, who is the Amazfit Verge Lite for? So, the Amazfit Verge Lite is a great watch. Why? Because as I showed in the video, it has a good display, it is quite accurate, it feels good in the hand, but there are a few issues. The first one being the fact that it has been succeeded by it hasn't been succeeded, but basically the watch is good, but you have to remember, again, as I said in the beginning, priorities. If your priority is an SpO2 sensor, even though I would not recommend you buy a smartwatch for a SpO2 sensor, because even the Apple Watch makes mistakes a lot of times in terms of the SpO2 sensor, and these are just budget devices. But still, if you want that SpO2 sensor, there is the new Amazfit BIP-U, which is basically an upgraded version of the BIP-S Lite with a better display and SpO2 sensing, so that is a good option. But for 5,000 rupees, my recommendation would be the Verge Lite, because it offers a great the display. I mean, I'm not sure how much you can tell in the video, but in reality the display is quite good. There are some shortcomings that I have mentioned, like the lack of an always on display, something that is expected from the brand. And then the size, if as I said previously, if you have a narrow wrist, forget trying to wear this watch, because it looks a bit tad too big even in my hand, but I've got a thick wrist, so yeah, no issues with that. So yeah, these are two of the primary concerns that I have with the watch. But when you look at the options available out there, yes, the Mi Band 4 does a lot of the stuff that this can, but you won't get that better of a display. The display is technically really good, and the accuracy in terms of the Mi Band 4 versus the Amazfit Verge Lite is much better with the Verge Lite in terms of the step count and the sleep tracking. But as I said, 5,000 rupees, best smartwatch, Amazfit Verge Lite. Do that with the statement as you may. But yeah, that concludes the video. If you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video, and a share would mean a lot, because we're trying to reach 400 subscribers before the end of the month. I'm not sure if we can do that, but let's see what happens. Nevertheless, I would like to see 500 subs before the end of the year, so let's try to get that. So yeah, so stay safe guys, and have a good day ahead.